Okay, so it's SOK Tay, and this is my 100th day on semen retention. And I've been on many streaks before, and this is my highest streak I ever been on, honestly. And throughout this journey, I came across some difficulties and like bizarre experiences that I've encountered with. And as I could say, this was basically like a real spiritual awakening, you know? And it's like the process to becoming very spiritually like enlightened and awakened. Semen retention will really take you there because when you really on retention and your main purpose is to like really become more enlightened and don't care about external things, you will be on that path to greatness. And that was my intention during retention. I didn't really care about female attraction or external things. My main purpose was to like have like more awareness, and finding out my soul purpose and everything like that. And as I was on this retention, I would put in, I always preach this on my TikTok and everything like that. I would talk about meditation, breath work, yoga, learning about the Kabbalah, learning about like Gnosticism. You see what I'm saying? So as I'm learning about Gnosticism and stuff like that, about the soul and everything, I start practicing a little bit. So I'm gonna tell you some of my experiences that went on during my 100th day on retention. So this was like throughout journey. So the first thing, like my meditation, I would be in hyper focus. Like it would be very hyper focused that I become the observer. Like everything is quiet, and I would meditate every day, and everything becomes even better. Like you don't. It's hard for me to be in fight or flight mode, and it's very scary because it's like, oh my god, I used to freak out when this used to happen. And now you don't freak out for real when you meditate a lot, cause and then you don't really worry about it. It's just like, damn, the things you used to worry about don't really matter, honestly. You know, because the problems you projected onto those things is just an illusion that you created. So you could determine, however, what you see as important, but most of the things that you think is important is not really important. It's just your ego viewing it as important. That's why, like throughout this process, I won't say I had an ego death, but it low key pushed you towards that. So as with that, like one of my encounters during meditation, as I was meditating, I'm meditating, right? And my eyes are closed and I'm 30 minutes in. And I do 30 minutes minimum. But directly at 30 minutes, I'm telling you, because I could feel it. Sometimes I test myself. Like I would meditate, right? Without no timer or nothing. I would look at the clock before I meditate, and then I would turn off my phone, no timer, and I would dead ass open my eyes exactly at 30 minutes. And it's weird. But so as I know, like I'm close to 30 minutes, this light being is formed against me, like it's formed like right in front of me, see, facing me, also in a meditative state. And it wasn't like I could see no, it wasn't, I couldn't see no face. It was like energy, you see what I'm saying, like this light energy. And in my eye, everything is black, my eyes are closed, and I could see like this light being shaped in front of me. And when I seen it, my heart dropped and my heart started beating. But this is why you practice meditation and resolving your issues and whatever you see as fear. So as I when I seen it, I realized, I said this to myself: you are safe, you are good. Because I know if I start becoming fearful, it's gonna go away. So I tried my best to be at a high vibration, a high frequency, so it could stay, and so I could really see what I'm really looking at. So I became neutral real quick. It wasn't like a fear ticked off, but then it didn't last too long. Literally like 3 seconds later, I did self affirmations, and then I was neutral, and then I seen it. It was like, yo, this light being is really in front of me. And I was meditating right on this bed, sitting there, my back against this board. And it was weird because it was like I meditated for some more for like, and I hit like during this meditation, I went all the way up to like an hour. Cause I literally encountered another frequency being. This is not a being you will see with your eyes, but what you will really see it with your first eye, what people call the third eye, but this is your first eye, the eye of Horus. You see what I'm saying? And when I seen this being, it was like, oh my god, oh my god, I'm in deep trance state, and I encountered a light energetic being, and I realized I had this feeling like it's a high frequency being, so I couldn't be in no fight or flight mode. I had to tell myself, you are safe, you are good. And it was like, it felt good because it made me realize that it's people always watching us, like no matter what it is, because the eye could barely even, like, what you think you are seeing is not what you are really seeing. You see what I'm saying? Like, you are really seeing 0.0025% of what you are seeing. So it's like there's so much things that you don't see. Like, there's energetic things that you don't see. You view everything as solid, but the whole time everything is an atom. You see what I'm saying? Everything is an atom. Everything is energy. So even this, my phone is not solid. It's energetic. It's moving at all times. You see what I'm saying? And the only reason why you can see it and pick it up because it's moving, but it's not moving as fast as what you would like, what you can't see. So it's moving at the right perfect amount of speed that you could pick up and see. You see what I'm saying? So, as to say, that was one of my experiences. The other experience I had was I have many vivid dreams and lucid dreams. Yes, like I could remember my dreams, that my dreams be so vivid, and it sometimes feel like they are telling like symbolism, in the dreams. It gets like that. So, and dreams are very important. Dreams are also messages that you need to do when you wake up. Like dreams will tell you, like, if it's like intuition based, like, and definitely when you're retention, your life force and them dreams you would have, it's like, okay, it could be seen as messages and many different things. Like, it'll low-key give you a hint of sight into like parallel universes and things like that. And more other things that have been happening. Honestly, I had two wet dreams during this streak. I had two wet dreams. I don't feel bad about it because a wet dream don't count as a relapse. But after I had that wet dream, it was not a lot. I was kind of drained, but not all the way drained. Literally, like 2 days later, I was good. But yeah, I had two wet dreams. Also, I also experienced astral projection on day 95 on my retention. On day 95, this was my first time actually projecting manually. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to astral project and I did it on day 95, and it was so weird. I made a TikTok video about it, but I'm gonna say it here again. As I was like trying to like look, so this is what happened to me. As I was trying to like astral project and everything like that, it wouldn't work. So I went to sleep, and this girl called me. She woke me up, and it was late at night, like 4 a.m. And she called me, and she was like, "Yeah, yeah, are you still asleep? Or what happened? Are you good?" She woke me up, and I don't know if this was meant to be, but this is the same girl I talk about astral projection about. You know what I'm saying? So when she woke me up, I told her, "Yeah, I'm tired. I'm sleeping." And in my head, I'm like, "Try again. Don't give up. Try to astral project again." So I go for it for a second try, right? As I go for a second try, my body is in sleep paralysis now. I'm My body's already tired. Remember, she woke me up. My body's already tired, so it was easy for me to get into sleep paralysis state, and my mind would start getting into trance state, and I start hearing like this vibrating noise in my head, and also in my ears. Like, everything was just, it was just vibrating so hard, and I felt my two of my brains coming together and electrifying. Like, once you could really like astral project, you will realize both side of your brain have to come in together, come into sync. Then you could astral project, honestly, and that felt great. And as my body and all, I'm hearing all this noise, this car was in front of my crib. It was like a supercar, and it revved. But like, think about it like this: if it's nighttime, most of the times the cars will go past the red light when there's no cars there. But this car stayed past the green light. It just stayed there. I don't know if it was parked up, but you know, it stayed there for like 5 minutes. And after that, I'm hearing it, but I'm not really hearing I can hear the engine. After it revved, and then it's like that vibration sound pushed me out my body, bro. I swear to God, it pushed me out my body, and I'm staying in my room. Everything feels so euphoric. Everything feels good. I'm not in fight or flight mode. I am neutral. I am calm and excited because I wanted this to happen. I've read many books. I read many files. I watched many videos about astral projection, and I wanted it so bad. And me doing that was to ensure that the cord won't get cut and I would lose my body. Many people call it demonic, but it's not truly demonic. Our ancestors, people back then, always astral project. You know. So as to say, as I'm like floating in my room, I try to turn around to see my body, and everything just feels so good. And as when I was leaving my body, also, my body literally fell like, cause my legs was up like this, laying down. Like, you know when you got your leg up like this, and you just laying down, and then as soon as my body shift out, my leg just fall, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in there. So as my body coming out, my soul coming out my body, my leg just dropped, and I realized, okay, this is a real thing. Astral projection is real. It is real. So I'm just in my room floating around, and I start like going up. I move up even more. You know, I wasn't at like standing. I started floating up, trying to touch the ceiling. Then I try to turn to look at my body, and I see my body, and then I tried to get back into my body after that, and it took me like 3 minutes. Then I realized like, okay, this is how you get back into your body. You gotta view yourself back into your body, and I did that, and I woke up. It was pretty hard for me to get back to my body, but there's some information before you anybody else should project. I promise you, you need to do your research before you do anything, because you don't want to get mixed up with anything that is not for your good. So please do your research and read books about it. I could put you on in the comment section. Y'all could comment. So during this, like, it's a lot of unreal experiences, man, and the experiences was real, but people look at it like it's fake. But everything I went through was very, very spiritual. And not only that, I talk about this. I was live yesterday on my phone on TikTok live, and I was talking about like how I manifested a female. I posted a TikTok video about it, and it's like I manifested a female before I went to the gym. I don't talk to females at the gym, and females don't walk up to me at the gym. You know what I'm saying? But I get a lot of stares. But before I went to the gym, I did some self affirmations and I did visualization of like a female walking up to me trying to talk to me. So as I do that before I go to the gym, I go to the gym, and this female I never seen at the gym, she walk up to me. She walk up to me, I swear to God, and she's like, "Hey, do you know where I could get this? Do y'all know the hip cushion when a girl is doing her like her leg day, and they gotta like move up, and they gotta move up like this? You know what I'm saying? So she was looking for that, the hip thrust cushion. And I was like, nah, I don't know where's that. She came up and she asked, she was like, do you know where is that? I was like, nah, I don't know where's it at. And I said, I think I might do just follow me. So she started following me, and as like I'm walking, she's talking to me, shit like that. I took a sneak peek, so y'all know that I'm not lying. Y'all could go on my TikTok. So as she's following me and we looking for her, she's making small talk and she's talking to me. And in my head, I'm like, damn, I really manifested this girl. I was stunned. So as I'm like, we talking, she asked for my IG. She asked for my IG. And we traded our contacts together. So we followed each other. And yes, like, it was great. I literally manifest. You can manifest so quickly. And honestly, like, before anything was created, it came with a thought first, you know? Nothing was created without a thought. So it's like we are manifested beings, you know? We are beings who can manifest. You have that power, you know? Every prophet and God can manifest. That's the power that God give us. So it's like we have that power. If you truly like align and awaken, you could have that power to do. So as I'm like thinking about that, it's like, yeah, like if you want some more magic power, semen touching us the way. You can literally manifest anything. I manifested how many subscribers I would get, viewers on TikTok. Like I literally hit like over 150K and on viewers on TikTok, and I just started that account. On this page, I'm growing very fast. On TikTok, I'm growing very fast. On my other YouTube page, I'm growing very fast, and I'm very grateful for y'all, honestly. But yes, if y'all want to talk more about it, about this, I'm gonna definitely drop more knowledge. But yes, female attraction on semen retention is low key like it's a real thing. because they see your aura, they see your electromagnetic field, and it's very very strong. Because remember, we are energetic beings. So when females look at you, when people look at you, they like, hold on, there's something about this guy, you know, because they gonna feel that energy. When people talk about aura, oh yeah, he got aura. Aura is a real thing, right? Because if you didn't have aura, if you didn't have an electromagnetic field, then that just mean you would just, it won't make sense because everything have energy. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So that's not even a question. That's not even you can't answer that. You know, everything has energy. So as to say, on retention, you would become more aware of your energy and other people's energy, and you will start to realize most people don't prioritize themselves. Most people would low key want to drain your energy for them to have energy, you know, like energy vampires. That's why you always got to protect yourself. So you'll go through that process when you're on retention, and that's a good process to go through because there's a lot of energy drainers out here. You even realize on the phone, the news, ads, and females and friends, most of these people are energy drainers. It can even go into family because these spirits latch on to good energy and try to drain you, but don't let it take over your life. Realize you have more power. Realize you have more power, and then you can overcome it. So yes, be very careful on who you give out your energy to and who you are receiving energy from, because energy could fall onto others. So if you're around negative people, stay away from negative people because once you around them, it'll come onto you. You don't want that. Be around positive people and it will rub off on you when you're around positive people. So as to say, value yourself more. If you're surrounded by negative people and you're positive, it's better to stay by yourself than to deal with that. All right. All love. I appreciate y'all for coming this far. If you came this far on this YouTube video, I want you to comment as LK Tay, or just comment enlightened. You know what I'm saying? Comment enlightened if you made it this far. All right. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all very much.